Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk all about bronzers. So I kind of went through my stash and I was going to go through and show you some of my, I guess you would call them bougie bronzers. I've got a few that I absolutely love that I wanted to kind of swatch for you and tell you why I like them and think they're worth the money, and then just share a few other ones that I love and I just need to pull out and use. So if you are interested in seeing my bronzer collection and learning a little bit more about the ins and outs of each one, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, request to do bronzers, and I'm going to start with my tried and true that I have used for years and years, and that is the Chanel, and this is the Tan de Chanel, the Soleil Tan de Chanel. So you guys, this is a cream based product, and as you can see I have a nice big dent in it, and I really do love this product. I think it's worth every single penny because I've had this for years now. Granted, I take breaks from it, but this is one that I always go back to. So I am going to go ahead and swatch this one. Now people, this one is probably, it says it's universal. I don't quite think that is the case, but I do kind of think there might be a new one. I might have heard something coming out that there may be another Chanel color coming out in this formula. So the reason I love this one and the reason I've used it for so long is you just sort of sinks into the skin. It's gonna look super natural on your skin. I like to use it like with a stippling brush, and it is just kind of a nice creamy, gives you a nice light to medium kind of tan, fresh glow. It's not over the top. This is the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel. Now, a new addition to my collection is the SISLEY. This is the PHTYO Touche Sun Glow Bronzing Gel Powder. And you guys, I avoided getting this for the longest time because if you can see in the pan, it almost looks like it's going to kind of lean a little bit more on the orange. But this literally is such an amazing product. So I avoided buying it for two reasons. This is $115. So very expensive, but I also thought it looked orange. And on the skin, you guys, it gives you a beautiful glow that is not at all orange. So I'm gonna swatch this and then share with you how I like to use it. I wanted to share this against your Chanel. This is the SISLEY, and it is that PHTYO Touche Sun Glow Gel Powder. And if you can see, you guys, there is a difference. So if you feel like this is too orange, this one is going to be slightly warmer, and it just looks gorgeous on the skin. Most of my bronzers I like to use with my Sonia G, and this is the SCULPT one. This is like the best little perfect bronzing brush. But with this SISLEY one, this is a tip from Jenny. She got me onto this. I really like to use my big fluffy LUMIERE brush and dip it in here, and I love to use this as a all over finishing powder. It warms up your skin, but it is not too bronzy. I think this is just a fantastic bronzer. It gives you just a really healthy kind of glow. So now this is a more recent purchase, but since I have gotten it, I've almost been using it like a finishing powder. I will put it on. You can kind of come in and use it just as a bronzer underneath your cheekbones, but then I love to kind of brush this all over the face, and it just gives you a beautiful healthy glow. So this one, I love it. And again, it is really not orange. If you can see on the skin, it really is not pulling orange. Okay, next up we have the Tom Ford, and this is their bronzing powder in Terra. So I have this one, you guys, in the smaller size, and I'm gonna swatch that. And this is going to be for a little bit more on your cool toned. Now here you're going to see the Tom Ford Terra. And as you can see, this is gonna be a little bit more cool toned versus your SISLEY and your Chanel. So definitely if you are feeling like you want something that's a little bit more on the cool tone, I would definitely try out the Tom Ford Terra. Now this is in the powder kind of glow version, and it just again melts really nicely into the skin. It isn't going to, because it is not gel or cream, I do find that it will lay down more as a powder on the skin, but it is a lovely bronzer, and I do use this one as well, especially when I want more of those cool tones. Now, one that I often use in combination is, lately I've been using a combination of the CHANTECAILLE. This is their Real Browns in Goa. And you guys, this is a more cocoa kind of red toned bronzer. Now this bronzer has a unique gel powder texture. This is going to give you, this uses pearl pigment technology to create a soft, aerated texture that kisses the skin with a buildable, beautiful glow, but never looks or feels like makeup. So you guys, that's what I would say about both of these guys, is that these are so light, really finely milled, and just really gorgeous and natural looking on the skin. So again, they are going to be that gel powder formulation. Your Tom Ford is going to be more like a traditional kind of powder foundation, but again, it's gorgeous on the skin. And that one in Terra is definitely cool based. Now I did have gold dust that I lent to a friend, so I have to say I do love gold dust in the Tom Ford formulation as well. That one's going to be a little bit more on the warm side versus the cool. So again, I kind of like to use both warm and cool bronzers. There's kind of a need for both of them. I tend to use more of the warm bronzers in the summer when I've got actually a little bit more touch of color in the skin. Now, another bronzer that I kind of forgot about, and I feel like it's worth mentioning, is the Westman Atelier. This is their butter bronzer. This is the butter powder bronzer, and you guys, I can't believe I sort of forgot about it. So I was really glad to kind of pull this out, because this is a really pretty bronzer. Now I'm going to swatch this one for you as well. This is the Westman Atelier, and this is the butter powder bronzer in Coupe de Soleil. And again, you guys, super pretty. And again, this is not quite as warm as you can see. The Go Out is going to be the deepest, more kind of red cocoa based bronzer, but that looks fantastic. Kind of more of a realistic, summery kind of bronze over here. But really nice buttery kind of texture. This is the Tom Ford Terra. So when you're looking at all these over here, you will notice already that this Chanel, yep, that's leaning the most orange overall, but that the SISLEY one right here definitely is more along the lines of these other bronzers versus totally orange. I think a lot of people have been asking me, but in my opinion, that is leaning more on this more neutral to warm side. Now, another one of the kind of cool based bronzers that I have is from Hourglass, and that is your Diffused Bronze Light. Now, you guys, I love Hourglass powders. I think they're fantastic for a more mature skin, and this one does not disappoint as well. Going to swatch that one. And here is the Hourglass, you guys. Again, more of a cool based bronzer. And you're gonna see that the Terra from Tom Ford and the Hourglass here are going to be sort of your nice, cool, neutrally bronzers. I really enjoy this one as well. I have worn this, you guys, this is a pretty old bronzer and I have worn so much of it, but I swear I still have tons of powder in here. So super pretty, cool tone. These powders just kind of give you a nice little glow on your skin. Now these will have a little bit more, I wouldn't say shimmer, but it's definitely got some of that kind of reflective powder in it. So if you're looking for something matte, this is not going to be what you're looking for. This is definitely going to give you a pretty glow on the skin. And then we have got to mention, when we're talking about bronzers, kind of the original is the Charlotte Tilbury FILMSTAR Bronze and Glow. Now you guys, I again have used this for years. Sorry, I've got tons of, I actually use my makeup. But this is another beautiful, what I find a nice kind of cool neutral bronzer, and it works great. This is the original. This is Charlotte Tilbury, and this is her Bronze and Glow. And again, really nice, neutral, cool toned bronzer, not super warm. So again, you can use both of these. Super pretty there. Then last but not least, I do have to give an honorable mention, because if you have been watching my videos at all, you would have known last summer I went absolutely gaga crazy for the Chanel. This is the Bronze at Lumiere. You guys, I am freaking in love with this guy here, but I have found, I've looked online, you guys, it seems to be sold out everywhere, so I hate to be sharing those kind of things that are, you know, that you can't get anymore. So I am going to swatch this for you though. This is another one of these gel bronze powders. So I think that is what I'm finding, that my new kind of bronzers that I'm really been enjoying have been that gel powder formulation. They just seem to be the ones that look kind of the most natural on my skin. And again, I'm a little bit more on the light fair side. So bronzer, if I put too much on, you guys, it just looks fake. And so I've found that that formulation with the gel and bronze just kind of gives me a nice little flush. So here is the Chanel tone. I just went gaga. I felt like this was sort of like my perfect summer bronze color. And if you'll notice, it's very similar to the Chantecaille in Go. So again, I'm going to go through all of these bronzers with you. This is the Chanel Classic Tan de Chanel. And again, definitely one of the more orange ones. Then we've got SISLEY over here, and this is the PHTYO TOUCHE. This is the Sun Glow Gel Powder formulation. Definitely warm bronzer. Then we have Tom Ford in TERRA. Then we have Chantecaille in Go. Then we have the WESTMAN Atelier, and this is their butter bronzer in Coupe de Soleil. Then we have Hourglass, and this is in the diffused bronze light. And then we have got Charlotte Tilbury Classic FILMSTAR Bronze and Glow Original. And then we've got that limited edition Chanel in medium from last summer. So I have got plenty of bronzers in my collection. The ones that I have been using the most recently, you guys, have been the gel formulation. So I have been using this guy here, a little bit deeper, to sort of carve out a little bit of cheekbones, and then kind of using this as a setting powder for all over glow. And I just cannot give enough kudos. Donna, I hope you're watching, but I hope this was helpful. So you guys, this is my bronzer collection here. As you can see, I have got a variety of tones to work with. I feel like there's kind of a time and a place depending on your the makeup that you're wearing and the time of year that these all work. So I hope this was helpful, you guys, and as always, I would love to know what your holy grail bronzer is. There are so many out there, and I'm also going to be rotating some of these in my upcoming videos because this was a good way for me to kind of see what I had in my collection and go ahead and pull those out and play with them. So as usual, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.